And speaking of fatherhood, next is a man who has listeners and some of the staff laughing through tears. Maurice Chavez with Pressing Issues.
Okay, hello and welcome to the show. This is Pressing Issues with me, Maurice Chavez. At one time, my show was buried in overnights, but now I am a man on the way up. Today, helping me to press the issue and separate the sweet juice of truth from the pulpy discharge of lies and misunderstanding, we have technologist Martin Graves. First, Martin, please explain to every person listening at home what on earth a technologist is.
Hello, Maurice. I'm all about the future and about how technology has the power.
That's very interesting, Martin, but let me finish my introductions first, okay? This is my show, a public service to my city. Like the man who takes your dead puro, bouncing on a commemorative plaque at headstones. But how can we worry about our elderly family members dog-soiling themselves when there are nuclear missiles aimed at Vice City? It is well known, Vice City is a prime target, as the Russians hate our speedboat culture and enormous melons. But enough of orange analogies for the moment.
So a technologist is...
I'm sorry, there are other people on the panel. I said I should press the issue, my friend, not stroke your ego, okay? Please, where do they get these people, eh? Okay, bueno. Next up, we have America's favorite female industrialist, Forbes Waverly III. Hello, Forbes.
Hey, Chavez, can we get on with this? There's a real estate closing I have to get to. Has someone got a light?
Certainly. My, those are very empowering cigarettes. Interesting name, by the way. Kind of manly. Not exactly gender specific, but hey, what do I know?
Nothing, clearly.
Moving on. Finally, on our little panel of experts, here to press the issue, we have a woman who is a local activist, attending every city council meeting to mouth off. Intense public activist, Bryony Craddock.
Hello.
Nice to meet you, Bryony. You know, I can't help but notice you're wearing a half shirt and have a large belly. Are you by any chance pregnant?
Yes, obviously. Look at me. What do you think? That I was just a fat bitch? Typical patriarch.
Hey, okay. Hold your temper there. You know, to my people, fertility is very important.
The Aztecs all went sterile from UFOs. I read it in a book.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Grace, for chiming in there. And goldfish live in trees. Okay, as I was saying, a pregnant woman is very beautiful. Is it your first?
No, dumbass. It's my 16th.
16? Good Lord. And as my people say, the Grand Canyon is a very big place. And if you're going, please, take a flashlight. Are you not worried about overpopulating?
Well, someone's got to make sure we aren't overrun. Plus, I'm producing nothing but top-quality offspring, Mo.
Oh, please.
Hey, excuse me. It's Maurice, please, okay? Not more. I'm not a farmer. I'm trying to build a career here, eh? A reputation. A pathway that will take me all the way to the Pulitzer. You know, if public radio cannot influence policymakers, I don't know what can.
Bribes, blackmail, blowjobs.
Yes. Debate, please.
Wow.
Healthy debate. A young idea. Getting pulled into maturity by people who know. Go-getters on the path to being broadcasting superstars. One day, I will be a news anchor on a major station. Let's press the issue.
What issue?
I was getting to that. Okay, listen, all of you. You know, the show only works if you let me speak. I'm the ringmaster, okay? You're the lions. You clap like seals when I say something. And then a clown comes and scoops up my poop. And the children clap, and this, my friends, is show business. So, let me do my bit. Okay, lady?
You are so rude. I'm a mother. I take priority.
Please, miss, let us press the issue first and fall out later, okay? Now, in today's hectic society, in this age of mini portable fighting systems you carry everywhere so you know the date and the phone number, of high-tech wristwatches with digital readout, in this crazy time of condominium development and junk that has been turned into buns, anything is possible. American workers are drunk. Factories are shutting down. Youth wearing leather moccasins and piercing their ears. And even the family itself is under threat.
Dear God, no.
Yes, and as that drag queen in charge in Britain said, there is no such thing as society. So let's press the issue. Modern life in 1984. Crazy or what?
Is that it? Modern life? Crazy or what? That's an issue? Oh, you are so pathetic, Mr. Hola Man. I was told we were here to discuss labor issues, to discuss deregulating the corporate shackles that are strangling this town. What kind of pathetic loser journalist are you?
Yeah, take another drag of your ciggy, Waverly. You know, you make me shiver the way you look at me. Like I shiver in the bathroom, looking down at the urinal. And I say, man, that's a lot of men's hair. Then I say, Maurice, you are packed full of testosterone. You are massive! Ew! Is it just me, or is it just this angle? What's she talking about? My little boy got the job done. But you know what, Andrew? The fact remains, they are the same thing. For the working man, too much work. For the fat cat, or in your case, very thin and sexless, nicotine-stained cat. Too many regulations. The working man wants spare time, spare money to indulge his hobbies, like street clubs and alcoholism, while the fat cat wants increased profits to pay for divorces and having uncooperative spouses killed. How do we use modern technology such as the enormous shoulder pad or the espadrille to make life better, eh? Not worse. Martin Graves, you work in the field of technology. What do you think?
I'm glad that finally, since I've been here, I think that the single most incredible thing in the whole universe is the human spleen. Apart from the giraffe's neck.
Please, somebody shut him up.
Miss, don't be angry. We have the power to save ourselves, and technology is the solution. In less than 5 years, manual labor will be entirely obsolete.
I have no idea what you're saying. Go on.
In El 20, I can't, I'll get a dictionary. Shops will be staffed by robots. Coal will be mined by robots. Dogs will be worked by robotic cats. Even the dogs themselves will be robotic. If you want a baby, but I'm certain you'll have a robot baby you can build and raise instead. It will drink oil instead of milk.
You're a robot.
Yes,
That's great for the
logical.
economy.
I wish I was a robot.
That's atrocious. That is inhumane, sir.
You're very narrow because you're from low income.
Excuse me?
Nonsense. Because it's already happening in Japan, Australia. Did you know one of 2 babies born in last year in Sweden was a robot? And the rest already act like them. They have the happiest society on the planet.
How are they making these? What are you talking about?
I feel like I'm alone in this room. Do robots ever top themselves? Are they ever on top? Usually bottom? Do robot women ever spend the way women choose? Laying about how you empty the bank out of $5,000 in an electronic future? They don't have the conception. Do robots invent idiotic religions?
No, but that's
But nothing, you silly little tiny person.
Excuse me?
Excused. What's the difference between an electronic friend I make in my bedroom and the unnecessary fetus you're carrying right now? We both made that. Who are you to say your method is better than mine? Who made you God?
You are revolting to use God's name that way. How dare you speak to a pregnant woman like that?
Oh, shut up, sweetheart. Stop it with that pregnancy stuff. So you've knocked out a few puppies. Good for you. You expect this little jerk with his midget dick to be nice to you? I don't understand why this is even an issue. This country was founded on the fact that we should take land from whomever. In this case, alligators and swamp people.
What the hell?
Florida is about development, and I didn't move down here from my beautiful Connecticut to have some hippies stand in the way of progress. My father ignored me throughout my childhood so that I could have loads of money and buy designer shoes and be mean to the help. I don't have time to bang the help, much less be down and out for 9 months. Pregnancy ruins a body. Please, you can just tell by looking at that enormous elephant sitting across from me.
Somebody get me some ice cream. What do you know? What would you know about any of this? You are barren.
And I'm helping the economy.
It is a vast wasteland in that uterine excuse for a body you have. I'm really not happy about the anti-family tone of this people, especially people who put mothers down. Mothers founded this country, covered wagons with full uteruses. If you didn't have a mother, you would be asexual. And then what would you do on Friday nights when you get lonely? Get a hooker like my husband? Split into 2? Mitosis? I mean, you can't raise kids.
Thank God.
These commercials these days, like little lacy surprise. It's disgusting. It's horrible.
I like that ad.
Certainly, it is a little vulgar.
Imagine charging that much for children's underwear. It's impossible to keep my kids from mimicking what they see on TV. All I want to do is yell and scream and shout and kill murder.
What the hell is he watching?
He's been watching the State of the Union address.
Good kid.
And thank God we campaigned successfully to get crow off the radio in this town. That album was indecent, and I don't like it, and nobody should be able to buy it ever, ever.
Yes. But you know what? I quite like this album. It's so moving. Songs like El Futuro Blanco, Shiva's Got a Shiv, and Wet Children in the Rain. Oh, the one that got him in the most trouble, eh? But what is art? Have someone explain that to me. Is it tossing cans of paint and chickens into a jet engine? Or is it leaving your friends behind so you can make a lot of money? Like when Crow left Ambulance so he could sing the tune of Red Scare. A song about a young woman in the middle of the Soviet bureaucracy that is late for her period. We certainly are pressing the issue.
You know what, mister? That kind of trash doesn't need to be on the radio. Especially songs about doing yoga and how to make love for 3 days without coming.
Ooh.
I don't know what Aztec jazz or Carl Jung is, but my kids shouldn't be exposed to it.
Well, all of this spawning leads to one thing. Unworkable economic systems. TV shows with 3 boys and 3 girls sharing a bathroom. It's obscene. In my house, where rich people live, we have 6 bathrooms per person, and only the men shower together. It's how we were raised. You know what happens when you have collective ownership? A man will come use your tractor and your wife. And I'm not just talking about baking biscuits, sweetheart. I'm talking about making sure that butt in your oven is yours.
What?
About owning the oven. About owning the whole bakery.
Listen, I know it's mine. I haven't even left the hospital bed from delivering a baby, and my husband is already on top of me, wanting a new one. He's a red-blooded American man with a full working penis. He says he's only attracted to me when I've got that motherly glow.
I think you're all getting a little too personal.
Excuse me?
I'm just giving my opinion. I think you're getting a little too personal for this. Gestation's a lie. Science. You should hear what they're teaching young minds in science class in college. Homo superior? They're right.
Listen, education should be privatized, and I don't care whose land we took. This is today, and it's simply not fair that I can't run bingo and sell tax-free cigarettes in clear slums. All because of some hideous, puritanical streak of people. Religion has everything to answer.
Technology's my religion. For me, an electronic calculator is like the Bible. People used to try to understand the universe through things like parables and abstract ideas. Now we understand it completely with numbers. I can type things and turn the calculator upside down and spell words.
Now this is something I'd like to see.
Sure. And I know for a fact that life is completely pointless and meaningless. If I have an imaginary friend, I'd be put in a home. But if you let a man wear a dress and write a book about it, they call you a saint. Life is random. Religion is for the weak. I could be killed tomorrow.
Thank
This
God.
woman right here could sit on me with her stomach and kill me.
I have a painful hemorrhoid.
Whenever I think about killing people, or when I write a computer program and hit delete, I know it is the end of those lines of code. And quite frankly, that makes me feel good.
You're a sad and lonely man. You have some very strange ideas. You should probably go into politics. Bryony, can technology really save the day? Is religion pointless?
It's patriarchy, this kind of talk. Calculators are a way of keeping women down, just like slide rules were in the 60s, of ruining families. Have you got a family, Maurice?
In my opinion, we are all one family. Really, especially in Utah.
You have a lot in the car.
If
Sometimes
you
can
did-
stick 10 of them.
You know what, mister? If you did, you'd understand. This city's lost its soul. It used to stand for something. Now it's just about real estate speculation and tax avoidance and gunfight.
All vital parts of the economy. What exactly did this place ever stand for?
For freedom, my friend. For freedom. In a much controlled way in which everyone's alike and looks alike and is just like me. Stand on their front lawn with a 12-gauge shotgun. That's democracy.
Stop talking.
And so it would seem. Anyway, let's take a quick break to discuss this station's funding problems with Jonathan Freeloader. Over to you, Jonathan.
It's me.
Oh, hey, Michelle.
Hello, so you haven't got a family, you little turd?
No, what are you doing?
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm pregnant, you asshole!
Michelle, please.
Either marry me or pay for me to have it sorted out. Don't ignore me. I'm not some cheap slut you can treat like this.
We are on radio, my dear. This is hardly the time to...
Hardly the time. What do you know about the time?
Michelle?
When I found you, you were a failing clown working the birthday party circuit for juvenile delinquents in corrections institutions, getting your clown hair set on fire. I have been in this business since you were making dogs out of balloons. I made you, Maurice Chavez, and you treat me like a lady of the evening?
We're both consenting adults. You said no commitment.
I'm going to get you, Chavez, you little shit, if it's the last thing I do.
Please, Michelle. Okay, there, you see? Healthy debate. Give generously. It's a great cause. I make a meager salary and...
You revolt me.
Oh, stick it! You self-righteous bitch! Maurice Chavez is done with you. I am going to have an agent. And maybe someday a car with detox.
This is a perfect example of why the government shouldn't be funding the media. It gives people ideas above their station. This histrionic sow should be working in the fields, not giving people ideas they don't need.
Such as?
Such as holidays and sick pay. If something is good for the economy, it's good for the country. Period. Otherwise, you must be Russian. Americans need more patriots. Patriots carry guns and shoot British people on sight.
The British are obsolete, like Fortran. I mean, the metric system. Don't make me puke, Britain. They measure things with rocks over there.
Okay,
I just beat a little in my
people.
pants.
Okay, hold on, what? What? Okay, I'm being told we're running out of time.
Seems so quick.
Yes, you know, I would like to keep going with this panel, but as they say, if the elevator cable snaps, if your life support machine fails, and there's a nuclear missile hurling towards your hometown, find a woman to hold. Even if she is a frigid mess who only cares about draining the wetlands.
I want to talk about the beauty of motherhood.
Not again!
Many men find pregnancy attractive.
Yes, but in the same way a car crash is sexy. And the muffler is like a placenta. But what I do know is I am Maurice Chavez. This has been pressing issues, and I think we have shown that liberal debate is well, healthy, and living alive and in America. Martin Graves.
Thank you. My closing statement?
No. Technologist and future serial killer. Forbes Waverly. Hateful capitalist with absolutely no human soul and completely sexless. Bryony, are you okay?
Do I look okay, you dumb shit? I'm going into labor. Quick, somebody do something.
Ay, Dios mío, what?
I have a robotic thing for this.
That's beautiful.
I need a
Pressing
cigarette.
issues first, like right there.
American water that broke.
Oh my god!
Something's wet on me.
What's
Just
I
relax.
need a cigarette.
Let it
I
out.
can't handle this. Her hemorrhoid just popped.
Does anybody
Get
have?
out
Do you
of
have
here.
any?
The head is drowning.
Ew, that's disgusting.
Someone get some
Put it
towels.
back in. Just
And
put
really,
it
that's all we
back
have time
in.
for.
Breathe.
She's making a mess of my studio.
Get her out.
Ay, Dios mío, this is some stretched out mess. I don't even think I can go near one of those things again. It's disgusting.
That was Pressing Issues here on BCPR, hosted by the intelligent and topical Maurice Chavez, whom I've been calling for a week and doesn't seem to ever answer the phone. We've really got to talk, Maurice, and I mean really. I'm not a cheap slut you can just use. This next show is brought to you by Unplanned Parenthood of Starfish Island. Maurice, don't wait until the last minute to take care of important business. Now it's Bait and Switch with Larry Joe and Bobby Ray.
Woo-wee! Hot shit, you got one, Bobby! Woo-wee! Yeah, well, fishing for me is more than putting food on the table. It's about mud diving, beer chasing, and gator wrestling.
Yeah, domestic violence and a deep-seated hatred of foreigners.
Hell yes, that too. It's time for bait and switch. Woo! Guns, glory, guns, fish, boats, death, death, death. God damn, that feels good.
Bait and Switch, Vice City's only radio show devoted to water sports, power boats, water skiing, furry flounder fishing, and dialectical materialism. Oh, wrong script. Who wrote this shit? Yeah, that's more like it. And tits. It's Bait and Switch with Larry Joe and Bobby Ray, only on BCPR.
Well, welcome to the show. We're gonna start the show the way we always do, with a prayer. All right, let's fuck up some wildlife.
Amen to that.
All right, now today's a special episode of Bait and Switch, coming at you pre-recorded from the Vice City Boat and Sports Show. Man, oh man, this place is incredible. Now, there's so many boats and guns, you put them together and I'm in gunboat heaven, I tell you what. And later on, we're gonna be talking to some folks who know a lot about guns and boats, including one lucky guy who's turned his passion into a job. State Executioner Jason McKay.
I love that guy's work.
Hell yes, it's a deterrent, you know. Now, we'll also talk to a couple of boys in the Panhandle who invented a new kind of dynamite fish. But first, our regular feed, you and your boat.
Now, let's talk about the fundamentals of what to have on your boat. This is a bit akin to last week, but then it was about the basics, and this is about the fundamentals. You know, I mean, it's a big difference, but not one I care to explain right now.
That's right, that's one of them things. Either you get it or you don't. It's like herpes.
Absolutely. The most important thing is not to bring the old lady. Leave the women folk at home.
Amen.
They get bored and they ruin everything.
Testify.
Fishing with your best friend is a lot of fun, man. A couple men on a boat, we're out in nature, we're all alone, we're hungry, we're happy, just like in caveman times. These are the simple pleasures no one understands no more.
That's right. Now, it's important that you choose a body of water not too far from your house. You don't have to drive very far or at all to get home. After a day of fishing, you're gonna be drunk if you've done it right. But since we're volunteer policemen, we don't get no kind of trouble.
Yeah, but folks should also make sure it's a real body of water. I once drank a case of lager. I got real morose and down and shit. Got some dynamite. Went manatee hunting like you do. I mean, blew the shit out of that man. Only when I sobered up, I saw the police and the ambulance and stuff, that I realized it wasn't a proper waterway, but the local fucking water park. That's what it was. It was the local water park.
What the?
I was fucked up, man. But those bitches were fat. They looked like goddamn manatees.
Yeah.
Not a good day's fishing. I killed 19 monkeys. And if you screw with me, I'll do the same to you.
Jesus, Bob. You got the name?
Fuck no!
We came out of that together, remember, Bobby? And you saved my leg.
Not a good day's fishing.
Thank you. Moving on with the show.
Yeah. Got a beer, LJ?
Hell no.
No?
Hell no, not a beer. I got a fucking case of beer. Drink up, boy. Man up.
Nice.
Yeah, this is gonna be some good fucking show. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, goddamn, Bobby. You're a regular window in there. Holy
Burping,
shit.
fishing,
Smells
fucking-
like a fucking camel.
Man, you crack me up, man. Thanks. Drinks. That's the good stuff. You know, LJ, that's smart to know. You mean a lot. A real lot.
Fishing in these parts, see, it's all about selecting the right way to go after your prey. You really got to think about how to approach the fish, you know? What kinds of pole you're going to use.
And make sure you use the right bait. I mean, I use a stink bait by rubbing night crawlers or grubs on my junk. Real nice. It's unresistible, my junk.
Legendary. That's true. They still talking about it in the platoon. Every time we get back together, every single Memorial Day, we always hear about the smell of his junk.
Yeah. Hey, when you're in a foxhole, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I've seen fish just jump straight out in the water and bite his nuts.
Remember that time in the foxhole?
And I believe I blacked out that time. I never did find out why. Except for sure it was the Vietcong did that to me.
You're a host. Talk.
I'm sorry. Tell you, fish can't resist a good stink bait.
Or a jerk bait. I do that a lot, too. It's really primal, you know? I mean, what am I gonna do? Fishing makes me horny sometimes. You know what I'm talking about, Larry? You know, it's like football, you know, in the changing rooms after a big win.
Whoa, hey, watch out, Bob! There, got the fucker.
I'm telling you, man, fishing and hunting at the same time is good, too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because you don't have to pick between the two things you like equally. You know, and people don't judge you unfair for it. You know, like some folks who get all judgmental and shit and start calling it a sin.
Hey, listen. You're fishing inland from Vice City, wading for bass and lily pads filled with gators and snakes and copperheads. That's a snake. All right, well, anyway, it's always a hoot. Now, the way I see it, something's gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Man's gotta eat.
That's right, man. You know what I do? I lure him in with my big shiner, my rod tip, dancing on the edge of the water, just waiting for a big, wet bite. You want to see?
No, I do not, Bobby.
Look, when you catch that big one, that's what I'm trying to say. You gotta wrestle them in a boat. It feels so good to pin something to the ground, you know? They're wiggling around, they're trying to resist. You know, when you're out there, it's easy to conceive of men without women, you know? And like women without men. You know, about 3 of them, you know? Like, I don't know, Swedish or some shit.
You are out of your fucking mind, you know that? Hey, listen, most important of all, make sure you sink every penny you own into a good boat.
Yeah, because then they can't get any of that alimony, you know what I mean? No alimony for
Yeah,
bitches.
yeah.
Because women are trouble. Let me
Amen.
tell you something. That's why when I go to a strip club, I tear the bills in half, and I get 2 stuff for $1. Women are teasers, and they only care about money. Sick of it.
kids, you listening up? Hey, you know fishing's competitive, too. I mean, trying to break the sound barrier to get to a fishing hole early in the morning is a great way to spill the cooler full of beer and knock the transom and bottom half of your motor off your boat, you know? I mean, 50 boats going 0 to 70 in 15 seconds all in the same body of water in the dark at 6 a.m. while drinking. Woo! That's having fun out in nature. That is fucking conservation.
And if turtles or liberals or anybody else gets in your way with your good times, just shoot them. Survival of the fittest, man. That's how I got here. I mean, to think there were a million others I had to compete against, swimming around in my mom's love tunnel.
What the hell are you talking about?
Thank you for because I am the highest form of life on the earth, all from that one day. That because I got these thumbs. I call them trigger bitches. That's what I call them. You know what? Whatever. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to Bait and Switch, and even though the environmentalists cry every time we say it, this is VCPR, Vice City Public Radio.
And this is Jonathan Freeloader, formerly of Channel 4 News, now here at half the pay because that's what public radio is all about. Doing good, feeling very good about yourself. But like I told my divorce attorney, I'm gonna starve that bitch. Bait and Switch is brought to you by Double Ot Lager Beer. When you're trying to ease the pain of life with a TV cowboy for a president, do it fast with Double Ot Lager.
Now back to Bait and Switch.
Okay, you're back on Bait and Switch. Now, me and Bobby here was just talking about these do-gooders trying to save the whale or the giraffe or the manatee or the platypus or the echidna, whatever. Now, when I'm fishing a good spot in the cove or open ocean, that big dumb sea cow just gets in my way.
I saw a manatee at the Vice City Aquarium last week. It let out a feces the size of your head.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I don't want anyone coming in my bathroom and watching me do a number 2.
Oh. Okay.
So, remember, survival is important. We hunt to kill, but nature hunts us to kill too.
What?
No, I meant that. I'm just...
If
you get stuck out in the bush and you had to stay warm, say, what would you do?
Look, hey, man, a man's got to live off the land, you know?
Right.
You got to be prepared to wrap yourselves in plastic wrap together and share the warmth, man. You know, hey, two bodies pressed together, and, you know, it's cold, you know...
Yeah.
Spoon, you do what you got to do, man.
Or as an alternative to that, you know, you can always you could just bring some gasoline, set something on fire.
Yeah. You know what? That's it. Burning shit is great.
Hell yeah.
Fuck, burn people too. I don't care. That's how we won Nam. Any scrub before should do it, really.
So that's it. That's it. Everything you need for a successful trip into the wilderness.
Yep.
Now, we got boats, fishing poles, high quality ordnance, beer.
Yeah, beer.
Got more beer.
Yeah. And a buddy. Don't forget a buddy out there.
Yeah, and you'll have yourself a good old time.
You know, some Indian tribes have beauty contests where the female contestants have to kill and slaughter a sheep. I mean, to see a woman all covered in blood and sinew. What I'm saying is, they're all rabbit bitches anyway.
Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. Now, that was this week's You and Your Boat. You're listening to Bait and Switch with me, Larry Joe, my co-host, Bobby Ray.
No, wait. We're more than co-hosts, all right? We're buddies. I mean, I'd take a bullet for you. A big load in the face.
Yeah, what?
We're best buddies, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
I mean, we did that thing together.
No,
We're best buddies.
no, we did not do that thing.
No,
Now, you
we
asked
did
and I
so.
said no, we could not do that.
We became blood brothers, okay?
Oh.
Yeah, after you cut your hand, taking that treble hook out of that seeing eye dog,
Yeah, right.
you accidentally snagged.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. Of course.
I mean, we have the best times, you know? You, me, the guys, men, having fun together. We're laughing, crying, hugging.
Shut up with that funny shit. Just can it right there, Bobby Ray. You hear me?
Goddamn break, man. This stuff's important.
Listen, I have a wife listening right
she's
now.
a goddamn whore.
What? Well, not this again. Again. All right, now we're on the air. We're at the boat show, okay? Good times, man. Think happy thoughts. Outboard motors, dead fish, bullets ripping through flesh.
I'm thinking about it.
Oh, great. That's happening. So anyhow, listen, Bait and Switch is coming at you today from the boat show here in Vice City.
I just hate myself.
Look, don't lose any sleep over it, all right? Just don't worry about it. Forget it. We've got some great folk here at the boat show. Real people, not office folk. I mean, people with necks. A couple of girls with big tits advertising an ammunition bazooka sale. I said to her, hey, you got a license to carry them 44s? Oh, she didn't get it.
The sluts, man. You know what I mean? They're just sluts.
All right, shut up, okay? You hear me? Just shut up, all right? I ain't doing this no more. And I mean no more like never. You hear me, Bobby Ray? You hear me? You are acting hysterical, acting funny, and I don't mean ha-ha funny. I mean funny like...
Yeah, man. All right. I hear you, Larry Jones.
All right, so say it.
Look, man, all right? I'm sorry I called your wife Mary Sue a whore, okay? And those two hooker sluts. I'm sorry.
Look, Bobby's just upset at this big old striper that he had. The line broke. Rosie's about to pull into the boat. I mean, I understand that. Now, he's just letting off some steam, trying to relax. Sometimes, relaxing can be stressful. It's like when you accidentally hit a bitch in the face for mouthing the fuck off to you. You know what I'm saying? And you, be quiet, or I'll walk. And you'll be back at the truck stops and off the goddamn radio. Oh, man, relaxing's great. And here at the boat show, it's all about relaxing.
I'll tell you, man, you know what relaxes me? Jerking off.
Right now on Bait and Switch, we got a guy I met earlier with something no serious outdoorsman should be without. Welcome to Bait and Switch, Kenny Crane.
Hi, guys. How y'all doing?
Hey, have a lager beer.
You bet your ass.
So, Kenny, how you enjoying the boat show?
Man, it just gets better every year. I mean, this year it's just amazing. I mean, it's just full of flocks.
Yeah, it's incredible, you know what I mean? These boats. I mean, you know, you see guys standing around thinking about what comes natural and primal. You know, like in a circle.
Yeah, you bet your sweet ass, Bubba. I'm here representing my product. Something I invented, you know. That no serious woman should ever consider going into the wilderness without her. It's deer urine.
Hey, now what in the high holy hell are you talking about, son?
Have you ever covered yourself in deer urine? The bucks can't resist it, boy. They'll roll up on you. Look at old wide-eyed, scratching their antlers on the trees. It'll give you a big throbber, I'm telling you.
Look, I don't care. I ain't putting no animal urine on me.
I will. I mean, for the show.
That just about wraps up our program, broadcasting from the Vice City Boat and Sports Show. Stop down here if you can. You'll see a lot of things make you proud to be a man.
Like other men.
Like guns and
Yeah.
flags for your trucks and beating up on little girls and stuff like that. You know, new ways through technology of showing who is the dominant species. Till next time, stick in your rod and screw the limit. And if it moves, fill it full of holes.
Amen to that.
Oh, shit.
That was Bait and Switch. Wow, Florida has a lot of heritage, doesn't it? They say the South will rise again. And look, they've infiltrated this station. But that's what public radio is. It represents the public, 25% of which is at least that dim-witted and lazy. I'm Michelle Montanius, now one from the archives of old-time radio, from before this was a public station, a show that first aired 40 years ago, The Time Ranger.
The Vice City Broadcasting System and American Oil and Motors presents The Time Ranger. He travels through time, hunting the biggest game of all, public enemies that try to destroy our America. He's Ernest Kegel, a man of mystery, well, a student of science and polygamy, a man who has a time machine in his pants that, when he masters, he travels back in time to right wrongs, save women, and pleasure himself. With his sometimes lover, when he's intoxicated, the lovely Trixie Lane, the Time Ranger meets up with danger tonight in... Boxing the One-Eyed Clown.
Boy.
Oh, heavens, Ernie, do you have to carry on like this every night?
Quiet, dame, quiet, will ya? Why you always emotional at the wrong time?
Oh, Ernie.
Don't Ernie me, go sit in the corner, you dumb cluck. This is something I gotta do. Not just for me, not just for you, but for everyone. Why, when I take out my time machine, I can go just about anywhere. My mind wanders, see? And I'm a Union soldier storming into the home of a defenseless southern slave owner. Or at a Roman orgy somewhere with a centurion's helmet on. Or the girls' locker room at a high school at some godforsaken town. Now, if you'll pardon me, Toots, I shall go into the commode there and travel back in time. Be back in about 5.
And so our hero travels back in time. Where to? He never knows. Wherever he is needed most.
Sire, why art thou getting intimate with thyself in yonder corner?
Ah, say what? You can't see me. I'm completely invisible. Don't break my concentration, kid. I must have traveled to the wrong place. I wanted to be at a Viking solstice feast with a couple of milkmaidens sampling the dairy products. You get the idea.
But I too can see thee. You better put that thing away. Mother caught me doing that and made me...
All right, stow it. I don't need to hear your personal history stories, son. This is my time machine, see? And by the way, it's not an ordinary...
Gee willikers, it sure is small.
Knock it off. I don't need to know what I already know, all right? Hey, who knows? Maybe I'll travel back to high school and save Mary one more time from marrying that awful bounder who became a disreputable senator. Oh, Mary, you're some cheerleader. Let me have that. Those pom-poms. What's that, doll? Under the bleachers? You got it. Yes. Hey, don't give me the cold hard stare, kid. When you get middle-aged and spend each day in self-loathing, you'll understand. Believe me, you will. Hey, by the way, tell me, what year is this anyhow?
The sundial says it's 1175. This is England. Dragons roam the land, and we are also infested with cliches.
Tell me about it.
Wow, you can travel the future.
Ah, yes, of course I can. Don't you listen? I told you, that's where I'm from. I'm the Time Ranger. I like to travel through time and fight injustice. So tell me, boy, what do you do for fun?
I like to torture animals and slow kids.
Good for you.
Tell me more about the future.
Well, kid, let me tell you, things are a little different there. I'm gonna get a quill and write this down. You could learn something. Let me tell you a few things about life, 800 years from now. First off, there's a big difference between excitement and what you call arousal. But these newfangled penny arcades will give you either at any time. Next off, sometimes use special potions and emollients and rubs and ointments to make their, testes reach the floor. You know what I'm talking about. Testicles, family jewels. And women, they paint their faces yellow and are sometimes called Brian walking the streets of the village. And that, my boy, is the future, like it or not.
Hello, Richard. Have you burnt those plague victims yet? Who are you talking to?
Mother, this is my new friend.
I don't see anybody. I need you to get on with killing those lepers. But first, empty the chamber pots on their heads.
No, really. It's the Time Ranger. He's from the future. He says in the future, unicorns go around pleasing women.
Well, they try anyway.
Well, that sounds interesting.
I'll say the future sounds saucy.
Now, don't you and your invisible friend get hot under the collar. I don't want any more of your silly ideas. Autoerotic asphyxiation, indeed. Tell me, does my pox look okay in this tub? The king is coming by to take me illicitly.
How you doing, doll? Forgive me. Nice to meet you. I'm the, Time Ranger.
Good heavens, it's a ghost!
No, it's the Time Ranger.
That's what I just said.
He's got a special mini thingy that when he rubs, helps him right the world's wrongs. He showed me.
You did what with my son?
Don't get your knickers in a twist, sweetheart. I kept it on the up and up with the boy. Now, while it sounds confusing, it is in fact completely natural. And my own empirical research has definitely proved you don't go blind, which is lucky for me. Besides which, I am from the future. And now, I know my mission. I must save you from this awful king who's coming to have his vicious way with you. I must overthrow this maniacal monarch and establish a democracy. Yeah, where people are free and everyone has cars and, double-enders.
Well,
yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, I appreciate your kind offer. But to be honest, since my husband got slaughtered by the Gothic hordes, I rather enjoy the king's visitations. It's the only action I get. Besides which, his waters have turned black, and he'll be dead soon.
I got no clue what that means, sweetheart, but it does sound pretty awful.
Well, times are tough since the Black Death took 1 and 3. The king ensures we have enough grain, he drowns the witches, and protects us from the dragons.
All right, I get it. This king must die. You don't gotta spell it out for me.
Well, we all must die. We all must die. But the real question is, will we go to the fiery pits to burn in eternal torment, or will we really suffer?
That's where you're incorrect, dollface. You see, I'm from the future, like I told you, from 1938. Where I live is just like heaven. Why, we even had a brief period recently where cocaine could be purchased from a pharmacist and the cheerleaders never grow old.
That future sounds awful. Time Ranger, leave us to burn the lepers in peace. Your time here is done.
Then, madame, if you'll excuse me, I must enter the dark recesses of time through this special portal I carry about my person.
Oh, fiery heavens! Richard, avert your eyes!
So small.
The Time Ranger is a eunuch! Oh!
I heard that, Toots.
And so our hero travels in time once more. Where to? He never knows. Wherever he is needed most, and whichever way his time machine points him. Sometimes forwards, sometimes backwards. Always fun if you're open-minded.
Oh la la, monsieur! What are you doing with that little gherkin?
Ah, stow it, mademoiselle. Nothing. You see, you can't see me. Oh, boy. That's better. Anyway, I'm, from the future.
Oh, zut alors, monsieur, this I know nothing about, but these are terrible times. People people are being slaughtered.
What? We can't have that. Well, fear not, young lady. The Time Ranger is here. My time machine must sense a disturbance.
Yes, off with your head, off with your head. Either off with your head or off with your pretty skirts. C'est abominable.
Whatever that means, but tell me.
Abominable.
Yes. Who's committing this atrocity, anywho?
The revolting little peasants. The scum, they want food and not to be whipped. I mean, who ever heard of such a thing? They are peasants, monsieur, and as such we must piss on them. And now they have cut off the heads of too many people. It is a tragedy.
All right. Turn off the waterworks already. You're soaking my loafers. Now you just bring that heaving bosom right over here. Yeah, a little closer. That's it. Fantastic. Now, if you don't mind, I'm just going to rest my time machine right between them. Likes a little change of pace once in a while, keeps things spicy. Now, with my magical powers, I will bring down the revolt and restore order to the world, and eventually, well, peace shall reign.
Oh, monsieur, you are my only hope.
All right, yeah. Now, don't be alarmed, sweetheart. You will feel a gentle rocking. Keep your hands to yourself, but I assure you it is quite safe. Yeah, quite safe, yeah.
I am a good girl. You only do that with the executioners and with blood relatives.
Lucky them.
I have already had one slow child.
Well, then it'll be on your head, you foxy French harlot. Come on, let me have at you.
Oh, no, Monsieur Time Traveler. The peasants are rising up to take over heads.
The peasants aren't the only thing that's rising.
Will our traveler be safe? Will he survive the angry French mob? Will his travel machine return to full working order in that perky French bosom? Who knows? Find out next time on The Time Ranger!
Wow, it's a shock that show was taken off the air so fast 40 years ago. But anyone with talent was storming Normandy. We'll have more from the archives of the Vice City Broadcasting System again soon. Next is New World Order, international news that takes you around the world and reaffirms you should stick to the safety of your planned subdivision. I love Florida. It's a gift to America. This is VCPR.
This is New World Order. I'm your host, Dwayne Thorne. I'm an American. Are you? If not, you don't deserve to own a radio. If, like me, you don't want a passport and consider Los Santos far too full of exotic people, this is the show for you. Too many shows have started up with no respect for politic persuasion, no understanding that a real man doesn't need to see the world to have an opinion on it, and certainly doesn't need to meet foreigners to know they are up to no good.
The world is a beautiful place. Let's make sure it stays that way.
By controlling it properly. But how do we do that? Well, first, by one-sided diatribes on the airwaves, but also by remembering a lot of things aren't American. And that's sad. Here, children grow up happy, go to overfunded public schools where they can't pray, play ball in the street, then have a lemonade and some heavy petting. But the storybook childhood isn't so for millions of people in third world countries, like Europe. Bryce Parker, our special correspondent, has this special report on child prostitution in the Far East. Hello, Bryce.
Hello, Dwayne. Thailand. From Temple to TNA. Many come to Bangkok to do just that. But in a crisis that is growing, according to experts on the subject, like me, more than 1 million young boys and girls are engaged in commercial sexual activity.
How much?
For as little as $1, anyone traveling here can have teen girls.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yes, inflation. Dwayne, I traded a $20 radio with a village man for his 2 daughters. What lovely daughters they were. Pouty lips, bronze skin, tight boots, just beginning to develop breasts. They clearly had a hunger for love. There's a saying in Thailand, eat the fruit as it ripens. It tastes better.
This, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this is a special New World Order investigation into the terrors of the Far East. Bryce, would it be possible to have 2 virgins pull me around in a rickshaw naked while I taught them about what democracy could do for them?
Yes, I could sort that out.
Excellent. Bryce Parker reporting from Thailand. Coming up, do cigarettes make you a cowboy? Millions of Chinese think so. We'll talk to Redwood Tobacco CEO Ken Silverman, but first, let's take some calls. Hello.
Yeah, Dwayne, man, hell, you got a great show. I wanted to ask, what's the deal with the $1 bill?
What do you mean?
Well, there's an eyeball on top of a pyramid, and it says daughters and wheat comptes. Hell, if that eyeball don't creep me out enough.
It's Latin, I think.
Well, they should keep foreign languages off of our money. I mean, pretty soon we'll all speak Latin. And what are you gonna do then? I'm tired of seeing languages I don't understand on signs or people speaking funny. It's un-American.
What do you do?
I'm a customs and immigration official, but what are you gonna do about the Latin menace?
Probably go to commercial messages. Oh, I can't. This is public radio. Well, let's have a pledge drive or something.
You cheap asshole! You don't care about me. You turn me on when you like, and then you don't take care of me when it matters. It's only $125. Come on! You don't even have to come with me.
Shh, Michelle. I'll make that slick little failed circus clown pay. That's Michelle Montanius on her own personal pledge drive. And I'm doing the same for free radio in your area. This radio is free, and unless you pay for it, right now, it won't be much longer. Explain that if you can.
Thanks! It's a disgrace having to beg for money. It's the 80s! And your only moral purpose is your own happiness, no matter what the cost to others. I've been abroad and I know what it's like. And let me tell you, the food's no good, the bathrooms stink, and the money don't work. India is in the news again. Streets riddled with elephant dung and snake charmers, food that gives you gas, an unhealthy respect for the cow, and a caste system that nobody understands. Chuck Summers is in New Delhi.
Thanks, Dwayne. Despite its name, the city is nothing like a deli, except the food is old and the coffee tastes like armpit. India is an ancient culture, and it shows. Sweaty hordes of yogi folk waft about chanting Om, and giving that smug look that comes with inappropriate stretching in public. I learned quickly not to show your teeth when at the monkey temples. It makes the monkeys angry. But I didn't come here to get in feces fights. I've got a little Brazilian waiter I do that with on Friday nights back at home, and my wife is out playing bridge. These cocky contortionists aren't just a threat to our convenience stores back in America. There's a bigger threat looming on the horizon. The food. Dwayne, I've been here for 24 hours and I can tell you, Indian food is pureed terrorism, resulting in gut-wrenching ass explosions that make you feel like you're shitting fire. My trip began in Calcutta, where oh no, not again. Ah!
There you have it. News from the front line. No matter how painful. That's what you get from New World Order. Abroad, as it really is. Dirty, smelly, and desperate for handouts from the greatest nation on earth. That's the truth. Now, if you're scared of people with different colored skin, or a different belief system than you, it doesn't mean you're small-minded. It means you've understood that there is right and there is wrong, whatever the liberals and the government try to tell you. When you're facing the final judgment, try telling the real Supreme Court that you thought everyone was made equal. You'll get laughed out of court. It's a club, listeners. Anyone can join as long as they pay. But if they choose not to, they better live with the consequences. Let's take a caller. You're on New World Order. What's your problem with abroad?
Hey!
Yes.
Dwayne?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to talk about that Buddha guy.
Okay.
Man, I love that Buddha guy. I'm all about the little fat bastard. I can tell you what, that's some fucking hot shit enlightenment. I tell you what, boy, you sit under a tree, you're getting all the way to nirvana hot shit.
Okay, what's your point?
My wife, she says, Thornton, what you doing under that tree? And you know what I say? I'm minding my own fucking business, you damn bitch. You should get some fucking enlightenment. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to eat. I like to eat. Sit